Do you think you'll start scrimming again soon? No. Definitely. It depends on what your terminology of soon is. I'm probably not gonna even humor the idea of the scrim team until Masters.
He's hurt. He's so hurt, man.
Milo said, haven't seen you in a while, man, but I've seen some videos. Just keep rocking, man. I'll just have you in the background while doing homework. Hey, get your homework done. Lock in, dude. If you're comfortable answering the question, what are you working on? What's your homework? What heroes today? From now...
What the fuck do you ask that, dude? What's your homework? That sounds so noncy, bro. Why would you fucking say that, dude?
But I do appreciate it, bro. But I am not going to be reviewing the chudlogic video. Apparently there's more than one, he said, videos, but nope, I don't have any interest. No. How will you make it to GM if you...
No, I've been snubbed. Certain someone mentioned me in a dono, which, by the way, I disavow. Obviously, I can't control what you guys do, but like, I don't mind if someone obviously knows my coverage of them. I mean, it could be beneficial potentially, but you don't need to like force the issue, you know?
You can go make more money, you can go get more crap, but you cannot make more time. So I really do appreciate it.
True.
Very thankful. You know, even those of you that make clips and stuff on Twitch and all that fun jazz. I really appreciate it, man. We've had a tremendous...
No worries, dude. No worries. I do my best to help you out, David.
This amount of growth in the last little while, and I do want to continue to be thankful for that. That's something that I don't lose sight of personally, and I am very, very, very grateful. I mean, we're seriously about to, just for instance, we're about to hit 5,000 followers on Twitch. I have been at like right around 3K for forever, and then in the last probably month, feels like maybe month and a half now.
Honestly, Twitch followers are purely a vanity metric. There's not really much value in having like loads of Twitch followers, because obviously subs get served your videos, so the more subs you got, the better chance people click on your videos, as long as they're not old dead subs, for example. But with Twitch, it's like, I don't know, I don't really think it's that valuable to have like a bunch of followers. I mean, I've got like 25,000 followers or something on Twitch, and it's like, you know, not much or anything really. Got 50 viewers at the moment. Oh, dude, it does make me feel a bit sad. It's obviously the natural product of me streaming on YouTube and it becoming my predominant platform. But obviously Twitch is where I came from. I'm washed up. I just wanted to have a quick look though and see how this guy's viewership's doing on Twitch. Because I suspected that he was probably going to start to see a drop off as time went on. Yeah, it does kind of look like that's happening. Yeah, I think so. I think you're starting to see the beginning of it. I think he'll probably settle in at partner numbers, 80 odd viewers probably. But you can see here, back when he sort of was peaking, he got up to like what, 200 average, 200 average, and then he's dropped back to 102. And I think on YouTube he only gets like a small handful of viewers. So combined, I'm not trying to, you know, I hope this guy continues to make content. I just think that it's like fleeting attention. This happens so often. And in fact, dude, I remember back in the Twitch poll days, there was some utter fucking shitter that I had some sort of stupid drama with. And I was like 300 or 400 viewer guy back then. And he was like literally nobody, like 5 viewers or something. And he got like 40 viewers or something on average for a little bit. And he was like, yeah, this is it, man. This is it. Like acting like he was on the up and up, you know? And it's like, you know, listen, man, look, I know that I'm your mortal enemy at the moment, but this is fleeting. It's not going to last, because it never lasts. You cannot rely on, like, you know, short-term fleeting attention. You have to consistently build over time, you know, in order to be successful. And yeah, obviously you went back to like fucking 3 or 4 viewers or whatever, you know? Because the thing is, you can have as many viewers in the world. You can have like a raid of 10,000 people, but how many of those people? Well, first of all, you've got to eliminate people that are never going to watch you anyway, right? Because out of those 10,000 people, there's going to be people that are just not going to be interested in you regardless. So they're gone. And you're left with a portion of those people. Well, how many of those people can you effectively, you know, bring into your audience? Because it's not just about them watching you for 1 stream, 2 stream, whatever. It's like you want to have someone that watches you like occasionally or regularly or whatever, right? So often those big kind of spurts of attention are squandered because people don't know how to kind of capitalize on it, and it all fritters away eventually, you know? So yeah. I cover that Kevils stuff, yeah. I don't know what Kevils is doing, to be honest. I mean, Kevils is yeah, done, I think, largely on the broader public attention spectrum. But yeah. MF Endless, that was the guy. Yeah, bragging about getting to 40 viewers. And, you know, getting to 40 viewers is an achievement. But it's like not a sign that you're going to be able to like continue to get that, because you probably are not very interesting, you know. I plan to get what I can and start an OnlyFans. Private Parts, we're going to start a new pro Gears team, but I need to practice a bit. Okay.
We've gained almost 2K, which is freaking nuts. So thank you for that. Today's stream is going to be a really good one. It's going to be a little bit longer than usual. I've been doing 2-hour streams in the last little while. I normally do Wednesday through Friday from 8 to 10 p.m., I think. Is that right now?
What?
8 to 10?
So
yeah, 8 to 10 p.m.
minutes.
Central. We've had to kind of figure out how to roll with the new job and how to work with it. What should be a 40-hour work week has turned, it's like 5 8-hour shifts, has turned into 5 10-hour shifts and sometimes 11 and 12-hour shifts, which, as an hourly employee, not a bad thing. I'm grateful for that, but it does make it a lot more challenging to stream and do all that kind of stuff. So, like yesterday, I worked almost a 13-hour day, and by the time I got home, not only was I exhausted, but I got home right at 8 o'clock, a little after 8 o'clock, in fact. So I just determined.
Dude, I must say, right, like, you know, to be reasonable here, like, yeah, he's right here, right? Like, I know it seems like, oh, streaming for a couple of hours or whatever. I mean, even today, I mean, I'm obviously going to do my 4 hours that I have planned for my attic streams, because by 4 hours, by the time I can do it, it's like midnight for me. But, you know, if you've like worked a normal day, it's like you don't really want to go live, because it's like you then got to continue to do shit. Do you know what I mean? Even if you're just playing video games, there's something different about doing that, like just slobbing at your computer screen, versus going live and having to entertain a bunch of people, you know? I'm not doing a social batteries take, okay? I'm just doing it's a lot of stuff to do, okay? That's all. So I do have some sympathy for that. I'm feeling very sympathetic today. Feeling very sympathetic towards old Gamin4Hope.
I decided it was better to just not stream last night and try again today. No big deal.
I thought when you rely on it for money, a hobby becomes a job and it changes the dynamic. Yeah, exactly. Yes, yeah, it does. Yeah, of course. And I mean, that's, you know, it's like yeah, that's it, isn't it? Like, it's just a different thing at that point. You've been chudding all day. Give us your sustenance. The social batteries take is valid. I mean, the thing is I think if it's expressed as when you've talked for 8 hours on a stream, you're not really that interested in continuing to talk after that. That's probably reasonable. When it's when it's comparing it to like regular jobs and stuff, that's when it gets to be a problem. Because the reality of it is streaming is cushy, right? There's a reason that people tend to move from a normal job to streaming. And unless someone fails or falls off, you don't tend to see it in the other direction. It's because it obviously is, on average, all things considered, better than working in like an office or whatever, you know? So yeah, it's just like a different thing. And the thing is, even if you're not talking all day, like just sitting there and doing some laborious tasks for 8 hours is very draining, you know? But I think, yeah, I mean, I've experienced this, right? It's like after 8 hours of streaming, someone might want to talk to you and you're just a bit like, ugh, you know, can we just like play a game or something? I don't know. Can we just like chill? You don't want to necessarily have like a full blown conversation about something, you know? Which I think you could probably understand, right? It's not even saying it's like harder than working a normal job. It's just that's the way it is. But obviously, again, it's like there's so many benefits. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. No, Saturdays are just quite busy because there's stuff they do on Saturdays basically. Lots of walking about the place. But no, it's been a good day. But yes, my social batteries are so. Oh man, I'm basically like fucking. Ugh, like my soul's been evaporated.
Looking buff, gang. I got a long way to go before buff, but I appreciate it
Hey,
very much for the kind words. Good money, but rough on the schedule. Very much, yeah. And you know, I do get time and a half overtime, and the hourly is already really good at this job. So I'm thankful, truly thankful for the overtime. It just sucks when you're trying to do other stuff. So, do you still read chat on YouTube? Hopefully, me reading your chat that's on YouTube just now probably answers your question. What's up,
I'm in the
Milos?
void.
Admittedly, it's getting harder to read chats now, Milos, which is probably why a lot of people are asking that question in the back of their minds. Because I've not been good about YouTube. Twitch moves pretty quick. Because now we're streaming anywhere between 100 and 200 people, it seems like, from what I've...
Bro, 100 to 200... Give me a break, dude. 100 to 200 people is fucking piece of cake, man. What are you on about, dude? Dude, also, this becomes even more... Who's got a picture of the flip side of his setup? He's got like 3 fucking monitors. In one of his videos, he shows he's got like 1 monitor that's like fucking massive just for chat. How are you not seeing that, dude? You could probably see about fucking 500 chat entries on that fucking screen. You know, here, right, obviously I'm not my normal setup, but here I'm using like a tablet as a second monitor that it's got like HDMI thing. And I can literally see like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 messages at a time. And I managed to keep up with 1,000 people in here, for fuck's sake. So spare me with the, oh, it's so difficult to read chat. Dude, you got fucking massive fucking fuck off screen like that, you know? It's like you're reading chat in fucking Times Square over here.
I've seen in the analytics. So it is a little challenging. Dakota, what's good? A lot, man. Life is good. How about you? You enjoying your 4th, dude? Sammy, what's up? What's up? Welcome back. There we go.
If you keep up, why do you not respond to all of my messages? Okay, well, obviously, dude, I remember this. I'm getting one guy by a guy from years ago, right? But there was someone that was genuinely upset that I wasn't responding to their messages and they were commenting on it in chat. It's like, I don't know, dude. I say something more interesting, but generally speaking, like, I'm just not going to respond to like every message. And it might just be you're one of the unlucky ones where I don't notice your messages. And also the other thing as well is it's just kind of natural that you tend to see and respond to messages from people that are in your chat more often. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I kind of look through and it's like you see the regular chatters and you're more inclined to kind of look at those rather than some rando that's never been in your stream before. Not that I'm saying that's you. It's just that's, you know, it's nothing personal. It's just, you know, kind of makes sense, right? Read this or I'm subbing. Hey, I read it. I think I'm funny. Mostly funny looking, but it still counts. Yeah, sure. Sure. Notice me. Yeah, dude, Don BJ. Dude, honestly, I have to make an effort to not get annoyed with Don BJ because he just says things that really annoy me sometimes. He's like got a, I don't know, rightoid. Is that the right term? Probably not. Independent. Basically, a rightoid.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed
Don
people?
BJ's got it down to a fine art.
Message in the bag, Chud.
Hey, Silent but Dudley. Thank you for the $5. Thank you. But no, you know, obviously, you know, you do. Well, obviously, we don't know each other personally, right? But like you do get an idea of someone from their chat messages. Like obviously you don't know them personally, but you get some concept of their personality. So you're going to kind of know what's going on with that, you know? But yeah. We're being parasocial, guys. You're basically my close personal friends, which is why you should give me loads of money. Because my channel's going to die otherwise.
Are you playing ranked today? Yes. We will play ranked for the first 2 hours, and then the Patreon games will start at 8 p.m. Central. So, and on YouTube, there will be a separate stream for that. It just goes better in the algorithm, and it's easier for me to make a thumbnail for each of those. So, that's all it is. Over on Twitch, Crosm, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. Please forgive me if I'm not. Ask the question, do you think you'll start scrimming again soon? No. Definitely. It depends on what your terminology of soon is. It's gonna... I'm probably not gonna even humor the idea of the scrim team until Masters.
He's hurt. He's so hurt, man. He's so hurt that his scrim team kicked him to the curb for a better tank than that one stream, and he quit. Oh, man. I mean, this is good for him. He should just focus on other shit other than this fucking stupid pro career nonsense, but it's just funny.
I just don't think that I have enough of the fundamentals of the game. Even at Masters, you can make the argument that you still don't. But I would say that Masters is kind of where you start getting into the... As far as the ranked curve, you're in the upper average. So I want to say that at that point, team play can become a bit more of a focal point and that kind of stuff. So I just think that that's not really my focal point right now. Finster5, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Over on YouTube, Drew said, the haters game in. Let's get the dubs today, big bro. Appreciate you, man. What's up, Micah? Welcome back. Milo said, haven't seen you in a while, man, but I've seen some videos. Just keep rocking, man. I'll just have you in the background while doing homework. Hey, get your homework done. Lock in, dude. If you're comfortable answering the question, what are you working on? What's your homework? What heroes today? From now on...
What the fuck do you ask that, dude? What's your homework? That sounds so noncy, bro. Why would you fucking say that, dude? Oh my god, that's a landmine right there waiting to go off, isn't it, eh? Why would you fucking say that, dude? do you need... I tell you what, if you're really struggling, drop me a DM and I can help you with your homework. Like, dude, what? I don't know, he's obviously not saying that. It's just funny, like... Obviously, with that sort of comment, that's just best ignored. Not that there's like anything, obviously, you know, wrong with being friendly or something. It's just it's good. It comes across kind of a bit like weird, anyway, and then people will just take advantage of that to call you a pedo. Like, dude, I can like see the bullshit TikTok memeing on already, you know. Yeah, dude, it's like he's already got a fucking allegation of meeting a 13-year-old boy under his belt, so maybe he should be more careful.
It's Zarya Ramatra. If both of them are banned, I play Orisa. And it is literally Zarya unless she's banned, then I play Ramatra, and if both are banned, it's Orisa. It's purely based on bans, has no other circumstances that changes that. Ned Flanders over on Twitch said, I haven't been on Twitch for a while, but I see all the hate you get. I know what you're really like, but... my opinion of you never changed, and I'm sure your other casual viewers think the same. If anything, you're getting more viewers from this. Yeah, that has been a net positive. I've also learned a lot through it. So, Micah asked over on YouTube, no wrecking ball? No wrecking ball. Calculus 2 is the homework you're working on. That's a lot, Milo. I think I only went through Calculus 1 in high school. So, I don't even know if they called it Calculus 1 now that I think about it. I think just...
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Hey, Chud just popped in to see what Pirate Softy is doing today.
Hey, thank you for the $5. Oh, I'm ending stream in like 25 minutes, so I've not changed the stream title. I will do it though. That is lazy. But I've already done the Pirate Software stuff. You need to roll back to earlier if you want to see that. Gamin4Hope asks, dude, that's too much, man. Asks high school if he needs help with his own homework. I actually don't want to be too harsh, man. I'm feeling very nice today. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's one of those things where you just got to be kind of careful. As a streamer, you are always going to have like comments that get twisted and clipped and stuff, and you got to be able to have a laugh about it and stuff. But I don't know, man. If you're like getting bothered and trolled by like one person claiming that you're going to meet a 13-year-old, probably best to just give those a miss.
Call it calculus. And I was considered a math nerd, so. Dakota, thank you so much for the 11.
I was considered a math nerd, so if you need a bit of help with your sums there, let me know. My DMs are open.
11 months, brother. He said 11 months. Keep it up.
Oh my
Always
God.
pushing W, man. Your fourth has been. He also said his fourth has been great. He's been on vacation all week. Very cool. Vacations are a W for sure. Gotta have those. I actually got the 4th of July as a paid day off for my job, which is super dope. So today I've been playing catch up from all my aim training that I missed this whole week, and I'll admit I think I overdid it a little bit, but that's okay. I was sure to give it in sections to where I didn't just go 3 days of aim training right in a row, because I'm not used to that. But it was still a bit of a challenge. Did get to spend some time with my two youngest. My oldest is not here right now. Got to spend some time with my two youngest, and that was a W. I haven't been able to see them as much in the last little while because by the time I get home, they're either going to bed or in bed. So,
by the time I get home, they're pretty much in bed anyway, and I got to fire up a stream and hop into fucking comp, Overwatch comp to get out of platinum. I mean, the thing is, you know, I'm being a bit silly there because obviously this guy is trying for his. Like, I'm sure he's working hard for the sake of his kids. Okay. The problem is like this is just a hobby, man. This streaming for him is a hobby, and it's like you. If he was making like meaningful income off of it, it's like it's different because like then streaming becomes a way of supporting them. I guess you could argue he's making a few $100 now because of the extra viewers, maybe, but I don't know, man.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Chud never reads my messages except the one time I one-guyed him in chat for saying he has dead air.
That's a terrible allegation. Thank you for the super chats. JFWRG. Thank you for that. Yes, I was doing a bit. guys. I was doing a little bit.
it was a really big relief. So, Max Striker Films coming in with the $9.99 in YouTube Super Chat and said, would you be willing to review the Chud Logic videos on you? He's very fair, and I think his feedback could be helpful. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. It's a proverb. I am kind of done engaging with the videos that people are making on me. I did an interview for a guy who reached out. I believe he goes by Gag online. I did an interview with him because I thought that his approach to making a video was very refreshing. He wanted to ask questions and understand before he formulated his opinions, and he forewarned me at the beginning that the video I was interviewing with him for would be very negatively leaning or negatively
well, the thing is, I mean, you know, my general kind of concept is like, yeah, I mean, it depends, obviously. If you make like an offhand comment, right, like a random one-time offhand comment about someone, like, dude, for example, that, what is it, star-based person that everyone's been fucking banging on about recently, right? Obviously people were asking me about it, so I expressed my frustration at how people were asking about it and briefly laid out, I think, like roughly maybe what happened. Like, if that Starbase guy was desperately trying to get on my stream, it's like, well, no, I'm not going to let you come on my stream. You're like a total shitter, and that's why I'm not talking about your fucking stupid drama. But like with Gaming4Hope, it's like, I've done like substantive coverage of him. So, you know, if he wanted to come on, I would obviously be completely up for that. But you know, I don't even know what we talk about, man. It's like, it's one of those kind of stories where it's like, it just you just end up coming across like a bit of a dick, I think, because you just end up berating him for being a moron trying to go Overwatch Pro, and I don't know, or maybe trying to ask questions about his mother. But I'd obviously be up for it, yeah, sure. But I mean, it doesn't seem like, you know. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know this guy, obviously, but react to one of my videos. Start a reacception chain. Well, the thing is like I couldn't do this because I try and be quite upfront and down the line with it when I talk to people. I don't want to like fuck with them necessarily. But you could like do a great troll of him, couldn't you? You could like play a character and, you know, spurg out about his racist shit, make unreasonable claims. I don't know. I wouldn't do that personally. I mean, it'd probably just be about. I mean, the thing is like he's a better Overwatch player than me because I don't fucking play the game. So it's more so commenting on his delusion about becoming a pro. And what else is there? Just, I mean, obviously, you know. See, people in chat were saying, "Oh, you should ask about his mum," and it's like, it's funny to watch the VOD, you know, and obviously, you know, I'm always happy to poke at a little bit of a topic or something like that, but it's like, what could you really do there, man? Oh, mother's got a foot fetish, has she? Tell me more. How many cocks do you think your mother sucked? Like, it just gets a bit ridiculous, doesn't it? And it's like, you know, the Tectone thing. Obviously, I was very harsh about it on stream, but when I spoke to him, it was what it was at the end of the day. But I didn't want it to seem like I was like unwilling to, like, I don't ever want it to seem like I'm just unwilling to say something that is outrageous that I might say on my own stream. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd be happy to talk about the mother stuff and poke at it a bit, but it's just like, I don't know, you just look a bit deranged, don't you? A bit feral. Yeah, you look a bit feral, exactly. But anyway, nonetheless, yes, it's yeah. I mean, I'm, you know, I mean, Quinn Theo was in chat the other day, and he hopped on for a bit, and we hashed out a little bit of a disagree. Well, it feels like we were trying to find reasons to disagree rather than having a significant disagreement. But yeah, you know, it's like no big deal, really, is it? Talking to novel concept, talking to someone. But yeah, no, I like Quinn Theo. He seems like a reasonable guy. Insufferable contrarian, bro. He's literally just slamming out anti-pirate software content at the moment, so I'm not sure if he's a contrarian.
I forget how he phrased it, but it was he put it up front that it was going to be that way. Then he sent me the questions. We said there was one that I'm like, no, I'm not even going to discuss that. There's no point. And that was that. I'll get to another thing in a minute, but I just watched the ad to financially support you, even if it's like a fifth of a cent or something. I appreciate you watching the ads for real. But yeah, to answer your question, Max Striker, first of all, again, thank you for the $9.99. I don't know if I actually said thank you. That's on me if I didn't. But I do appreciate it, bro. But I am not going to be reviewing the chudlogic video. Apparently there's more than one, he said, videos, but nope, I don't have any interest. No. How will you make it to GM if you...
No, I've been snubbed. I've been totally snubbed by Gamin4Hope. I don't believe it. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, that is the correct decision. Yes, he's absolutely correct to not watch me fucking rail on him for 2 hours. I mean, dude, what a ridiculous concept. Like, this is actually good. I know you guys are fucking, you know, it is the right decision. Because you got to think about my videos about him. What could you really say to much of it? Do you know what I mean? Like, what could you really say to it? Like, I don't know. It's like, I'm just sort of like having a laugh and mocking him a bit here, mocking him a bit there, laughing at his Overwatch gameplay, whatever, you know? Like, it's correct to not do that. I mean, this is the funny thing about it, right? Is like, you guys know what, like, an explicit kind of lolcow person does. Like, one of the traits is obsessively focusing on every aspect of criticism about you, including stuff you should probably ignore as a creator, you know? But then it's like the viewers want that. So it creates this dynamic sometimes where it's like you as the creator know what's worth paying attention to and what is worth ignoring, generally speaking. But the viewers are like, oh, Chud, some glup shitter has got a fucking 200 view video that they've made about you. I'm going to put it in your recommended. And it's like, I'm never going to fucking react to that because there's no point, you know? So yeah, it's like people want it. People want to see you fucking rail on some glup shitto. But I mean, my general policy is, yeah, I just tend not to, you know, seek out or look at like just some random person's video about me, you know? I mean, it depends, obviously. If like a big YouTuber put out a video, you kind of have to engage with that, you know? But, or, you know, obviously, you know, it's popped up recently, of course. It was simply someone you're friends with. Something happens with someone you used to be friends with. Yeah, maybe you might look at that. But yeah, I don't know. It's no hard and fast rules with it. It's just you kind of got to make an assessment or a judgment. And another thing that happens too, and this happened ages ago, with someone where they just made like a couple of comments in chat about me, and then people are like asking you to talk about it, and it's like, I'm not going to do a segment on someone making a couple of chat comments. Like you just come across as like very narcissistic and very kind of like, oh, what? Someone said something about me? Oh my God, I need to talk about that at length. It's like, probably not, to be honest. Probably not. Probably not. But yeah, I mean, obviously people sometimes just want the drama of it, you know? But yeah. Anyway, like I say, I think he's completely legit to not engage with that in any meaningful way. So good for Gamin4Hope.
If you can't play the tank that does 3k damage a shot with 10k health and crazy. College going so well. I love New York's vibe. I wish everyone tried some wild stuff. Like I went from Eastern Europe to New York. Oh, that's a crazy change. I think you told me when you were going to be moving in chat. You might have mentioned that.
I'm probably going to do an extra gaming stream Monday morning my time because I want to finish Resident Evil 3. I want this next Friday's gaming stream to be the RE4 remake, hopefully. So,
what happened to the video that guy made? Was it negative? The one I was just talking about that I interviewed for, Swedish? Or are you talking about that one? Hope all is well? Yes, KP, all is well. Paper plate, I'm sorry I missed your chat. You may have actually said hello earlier too, and I was behind. Technically on paper, my shift is like 7:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the evening, which is on paper, that's a 9-hour day with a 30-minute lunch, so like 8.5 hours a day. But with the way that my job...
Yeah, he's too close to the viewers. It's like he's trying to be friends. Yeah, it's like he's trying too hard with the chat message, I think. Yeah, it's a bit too... Like, it's not scalable either, the way he's interacting with them. And he seems to be giving it... I don't know. Like, there's just... He needs to fucking get a bit sharper with this chat message shit, I think. Stop acting like his personal friend giving him some comment or something, yeah.
Works out. It's much longer than that. The one I interviewed for, it's posted. He posted it to his channel. But he was not toxic. No, he was not toxic at all. I watched the whole video. I think he did a... And I really mean this. Even though he had some criticisms, one of which was very valid.
Yes, I'm a hypocrite on this point. I get one guide. Yes, obviously, sure. But I don't know, man. It's like... I think it's... There's a certain way to do it, and I think... I mean, obviously, I don't like... Obviously, I've been doing this for a long time now, okay? I mean, I'm coming up on 6 years in November. So over time, you learn obviously, what you think in your head is the right way to do it or a good way to do it. It's like about time. And obviously, if you're used to having 20 viewers, then you don't learn or know how to deal with higher viewership, and you have to learn as you go, you know? And then you get to streamers where are bigger than me, where they've got like 10,000 viewers, and they've got an entirely different method altogether of engaging with chat. And the way that I do it probably wouldn't work. So it's just, you know, learning on the way of like, how do you deal with the size of chat that you got at a given time? I am back in the cuck attic. Yes, exactly.
He phrased it so well and repeated the idea that he had nothing but respect because he and I had a really good conversation. He uploaded the full interview that we did and then made a video separately. Like, he did everything and then sent me a copy of the interview too, so that if for whatever reason he decided to go rogue and post things out of context, that I could just post the interview. Like, this is like lots of green flags from this individual. He's got like less than 300 subs or less than 400 subs on YouTube. And he was appalled that I would even take the time for it. But he had taken such care to do incredibly detailed research. And I was really impressed. Honest. He did a great job. So, if I
mean, I didn't know about this interview thing. Maybe at some point we could take a look at it, yeah. But I will probably watch a bit more of this. But dude, I'm so tired, man. My social batteries are at negative. It's like nearly midnight, man. But it's okay, dude. Just a couple more weekends. Well, it's tomorrow and then next weekend, and we'll be back to normal schedule. Until I take my vacation. Nondescript vacation.
Made a fan VOD review. You wouldn't check it out? I'm not sure. No, I don't know that I would watch a VOD review from somebody else of me. I've gotten so much coaching in the last little while. I've got lots of things I can focus on.
No police video, I'm afraid.
Happy 4th of July to you guys as well. A couple of you said it in the different chats.
Sorry.
Thank you. Happy 4th for those of you that are celebrating today. Please be careful tonight, especially you live in the States. I know a lot of people light off fireworks, which I have nothing against. I'm just saying, like, be careful. Come back with all 10 digits to work next week, all right? So.
Oh, speaking of which, I think I'm a bit cautious about going and looking it up because apparently the guy's hand's got blown to bits. But didn't some streamer get his hand blown off by some fucking dynamite or some shit for fucking July 4th?
The heel? Maybe. Say hello. Wow. Sometimes, you read a message or a username and you just kind of go, duh. Say hello. Thanks for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate it. What video is this? I was just talking about a guy who did an interview on me, and he just wanted to ask some questions, ask some really honest questions, did a good job. That's all. So you're done with the professional grind. Let me get to that question in a minute. I will answer it briefly now. Yes and no. I'll talk more in depth about that in a second, but there is something I wanted to touch on. One of the questions that individual brought up, he did a really good job. Like I said, I don't promote stuff on my stream that can be perceived negatively. So if you find it, you find it. You're welcome to go look for it. One of the things that he very rightly criticized me of is feeding into the hate. There is a fine line between addressing hate and feeding into it, right? Becoming a lol cow, as people are saying.
Yes, dude, he's getting it. Okay, this is actually good. Seriously, good for him that he's understanding this. That's actually great for him.
And I think there's some really there's a balance there. And the balance I'm finding now, kind of as I go, is it's only worth addressing it when the core community that actually follows you starts to get vocal and ask you about it. And there have been times where that's come up. And honestly, the most recent video that I did that kind of went nuts.
I mean, within reason. Because obviously there's some people that just want drama and they'll dredge up some fucking absolute nothing shit to fucking throw at you to hopefully maybe you respond and they get a little drama segment out of it or something. So you should be reasonable about this because otherwise you just give in to like the most drama frog retards in your community possibly. But sure, in principle I get where he's coming from. If there's some controversy, if people are fucking mentioning it within your community, maybe it's worth talking about.
It definitely, the majority of that, my core community at some level had reached out and asked about, And so it was just kind of like, okay, I clearly need to address those things. So I did. And I don't regret it one bit. Because you're going to have your detractors who will hate you no matter what you post.
Oh, he's got the lingo. Detractors. So, I'm not sure, Marcellin? I don't know how to say your name. We're
call you Marcel.
We're dark mode. We're going dark.
Appreciate it. Um, hey, I appreciate that, Milos, by the way, for the compliment.
Yeah, I think it's the classic thought process of the internet will be reasonable. No, it won't be reasonable. There's a bunch of anonymous freaks that will completely fuck you up if you let them. Chud's cam is what women see in the parking lot behind them at night. Imagine like a woman trying to get into a car. Hello. Having some trouble that day. Oh.
What are your thoughts on blowing up on social media lately? There's been pros and cons, mostly pros.
Shit,
you know, you have a lot of negative that comes with it too at the very beginning of any kind of social media buzz.
Oh, fucking hell.
I would say like the first 2 days we had more negative than positive, but what's cool is now it's trickled off, and those folks that are creating all that negativity have kind of moved on to the next subject. What's left is a popularity spike with people who actually somewhat support what I do, which I think is super cool. So I think it was a net positive, although it was negative at the first. I loved your last video. What did they not like about it? Are you talking about my coaching videos, or are you talking about the one where I addressed the controversies? Ever thought of being coached by Spylo? Yeah, I have actually been coached by Spylo. Short story, I was playing a ranked game. He was playing...
Isn't Spylo the guy that like had to disavow and disown him? If I remember correctly. Oof.
Freya on the other team, he had either streamer mode on or he was on an alt. And I didn't know. He came into the chat and said, hey, I was the Freya on the other team. He came into my Twitch chat. This is a while back now. And he just said, he's like, I'd love to VOD review that or something like that. Or I said he didn't offer. I said, I'm going to actually VOD review that game, so you're welcome to stick around. And he was like, if you want, I can. It's your stream. It's up to you. And I was like, is that even a question? So he actually VOD reviewed it live on stream. It was very, very kind. So what happened to your arm? Great question, Marina. Let me answer a question I put kind of a pin in a moment ago, and I'm happy to answer your question. It's a very cool story, and I think it's worth sharing. Happy 4th of July to you too, Stando. I appreciate it. Swedish, yeah, not everybody loves all my content. My content isn't for everybody, and I'm okay with that. I think too many creators think that they want to blow up and have millions of followers, and I'm like, you have to be pretty generic if you want to do that. You have to take the generic and make it incredible, versus taking something that is relatively niche and making it incredible and really resonating with a core audience. And that's my goal. Here's my thing. I'm not trying to blow up. I just want to be able to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to watch your reactions to players like Aspen or Frogger. I've watched Frogger. I love his videos so much. I don't know much about... I do know who Aspen is, mostly by...
I mean, yeah, like, you know, the thing is, he's saying a lot of stuff here. It's like, okay, yeah, great, good thought process, but it's like, I don't know, man. I think Overwatch, as a layman Overwatch person that has never played it, it just doesn't seem particularly fun to watch. Like, there's some games that I've watched being played that I don't play that are fun to watch, and you get it, and it's kind of engaging. But with Overwatch, it just seems like there's a massive blob of graphics on the screen. I don't really understand exactly what's happening at any particular moment.
Okay, that's wonderful.
If you're into it,
but how do I
fine.
make
But if you're not, it's
money
tricky.
off depressed people?
Can you say hello, hello, hello? Do you know where the Taj Mahal is?
No, I'm not going to say hello, hello, hello. Do you know where the Taj Mahal is? I will not be... Taj Mahal is. I will not be saying that, no. Thank you, Ben, for the $5.
Proxy to Frogger, but I don't do a lot of React stuff. Oh, I'm Aaron. I'll answer that question in a minute. You have such an honest and wholesome outlook on life. I appreciate that. I'm certainly not perfect. I don't want anybody to get the idea that I am. I can promise you, if I ever portray the idea that I am perfect, just get a hold of my wonderful bride. She will come on stream and correct that very quickly. But a Swedish cookie over on Twitch.
My wife thinks I fucking suck, bro. No, come on.
A little while ago asked, so you're done with the professional grind? And I gave the answer yes and no. Here's a little bit more on that so you understand, for those of you that actually care to know. And then we'll get into Overwatch and, you know, we'll go from there. The reason that I have put that behind me for the time being is that, and it may be indefinitely as well. I want to be clear. There's not like a horizon line where I see it changing. What I anticipate is...
Okay.
Let me rephrase that.
You've not said anything. What can you
In
want?
2023, when I set out to compete in the Overwatch League, I had a clear 3-year timeline. It was basically that I wanted to compete in 2026. That was the idea. I figured 3 years, if I went hard in the paint and just went for it, it would be fine. Well, at the time, I'm trying to think. Yeah, at the time we had just had my daughter recently before that. So we had 2 kids.
Oh man, I'm losing it. Come
And
on,
my wife is a
lock
stay-at-home
in.
mama. And at the time, I was able to be a full-time content creator, driving some ride-share and stuff on the side. So, gentle love, exo, hugs and kisses, right? Isn't that what that means? Thanks for the follow on Twitch. I figured I'd have a lot more time, so I just kind of took it on and moved on. Unfortunately, what happened was I started on a role and then decided I didn't want to play that role because it felt easy. It wasn't easy to rank up, as it turned, like, it wasn't itself easy. It was easy because what I was seeing was I was ranking up really fast for the hours I had on, and that didn't make any sense to me. There didn't feel as much of a challenge as there should be. And as it turns out, in hindsight, that was absolutely correct. I peaked Masters 5 during rank inflation. At the time, it was hard to see it because I didn't understand all that. So in hindsight, I know why it felt easy, and I might still be a support player to this day had I realized that then, because I enjoyed playing support. Now,
the problem is, it's like, why switch roles, dude? It's just obviously with hindsight, maybe, but like, dude, why did you switch then? Just play support. And just from watching the game, it's like support does seem more straightforward. You just play the backline and heal primarily, and you know, I obviously didn't Overwatch that well, but like the gameplay I saw, it's like, as long as you know how to fucking heal your teammates, you're probably gonna fucking be fine, you know?
now I've swapped the tank, more, not super recently now, but in between then and now, I swapped the tank, which kind of threw not all of the hours, but most of the hours out the window that I had invested while playing support. So, fast forward now to where we are, and I realized that I needed to be realistic about the fact that I knew from the beginning, by the way, when I first started the goal, I knew I had a very high likelihood of failure. I had like a 2 or 3% success rate potential, right? It was not high, is my point. And I think a lot of people really thought that I was so delusional that I thought, oh, you could just waltz into the Overwatch League. No. I knew that from the beginning. I knew it was going to be a challenge, but I was okay with failure from the very beginning. And then it kind of got to a point more recently where I was almost being egotistical and like, well, I can't fail because that makes them right. Who cares if they're right or wrong? It doesn't matter. So
The thing is, like, he's just, dude. It's like just hubris, isn't it? I mean, it's just not, dude. I mean, it's fine. It's not the end of the world, right? But like, it was obviously an insane fucking concept. There's no way you were going to do it. Impossible. It's literally impossible. It feels like it's like you can tell this guy it's impossible, and he'd be like, nothing's impossible. And it's like, no, some stuff is impossible. You're not going to become an astronaut, okay? Like, you're not going to become an astronaut. You're not going to become a professional football player. You're not going to become a fucking professional esports player, okay? And that's that.
I fought and fought and fought, and then realized, you know what? The objective reality is that I need to accept defeat in the timeline that I had, admit failure in the achieving of getting into the, in this case, the Overwatch Champion Series by 2026, and recalibrate. And for me, recalibrating meant looking at it and saying, I wanted to be, and even from the beginning, my long-term goal was to be a content creator. I enjoy creating content, something that I've always really enjoyed. Dude, I've done it for 7 years.
Backwards and twisted.
And it's been purely passion. So, with that in mind, I just kind of landed on it, and I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay that I didn't make the OWCS. It's okay that I didn't make the Overwatch League. It sucks, but it's okay. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to recalibrate. And here's the thing. If I can manage to get into GM, top 500, top 10 on the public ladder, at that point, there's some humoring of the idea of maybe trying to get into a Face It League. But my goal was so grandiose that I kind of didn't allow myself room to fail. If I had said I'm going to hit top 500, let's say that I did that and I hit top 500, like that. Right? Like, let's say that I just went straight to it. And then I said, you know, I'm going to try for, like, the Face It League. Okay? No one really would have thought. That seems like a reasonable step. You're going from top 500, top 10 to the Face It League and trying your best. Okay, that's reasonable. Let's say I did really well. Right? Say that I did really, really well.
Yep, I'm listening.
In the Face It League. And then I went to the OWCS. No one would have bat an eye. But because I've been plat for so long and keep talking about the OWCS, rightfully so, people are like, this guy is delusional. He really thinks he's getting into it at plat? No, I don't. I've never thought that. But I can see where the way that I've communicated it would indicate that I have zero idea that there's a colossal gap between a platinum player and, you know, the OWCS. So, hopefully that answers your question well. It was a long-winded answer, but I feel like it deserved a long-winded answer. Loops, thank you so much for the Twitch follow, and Nabirian, same to you. Even top 500 and top 10. Or even platinum, where I'm like upper platinum and upper diamond. Upper diamond to upper masters. Each of these things are massive jumps.
Yeah, dude.
And then when you go from masters to GM...
Dude, okay, how long's left? I'm going to lock in for the last 5 minutes, because I'm literally falling asleep over here, man. It's like fucking past midnight now. Fuck me. Come on. Focus. Final stretch. Come on. Oh, hang on. What's that arm movement? Oh, we got another moment. We've got another Roman moment.
It's a completely different ball game, right? Like, I understand here, mentally, I understand that that's a thing. Completely agreed. So, appreciate your kind words, by the way, Dakota. Just go to work, bro, and do content on the side. Epic, I don't know if you realize, I know the internet's been real fond of the idea that I'm unemployed, but I'm not unemployed. So,
he's working.
That's
there's
wonderful.
that.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Cat Zaflocken became a member.
Whoa! Thylogist. Thank you for the very generous 10 gifted memberships. That's super generous, and I appreciate you. Thank you for that. I'll lock in for the last 5 minutes of this thing, okay? Thank you.
What server do I normally play on? I think it's NA East. Kanashi, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, but thank you for the follow. Medical Whale, thanks for the follow on Twitch as well. No, you're making it too big a deal? Making what too big of a deal, Atlan, excuse me. GM is not that different than lower elos, they just play faster. Okay. You're the first person to tell me that, and I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm just saying that.
I don't buy that, dude. I don't
Okay,
fucking
that's
buy that
wonderful.
for 1 second.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Sarah Bear.
I'll just read it. Dofo Show, thank you for the $5. This is the visual equivalent of waterboarding. Thank you for the $5. I think that there is like a skill difference as well. So yeah, I think there's a skill difference too. I don't think it's just them play faster. That sounds a bit fucking... that sounds delusional.
That I've heard a lot more of people that are in GM that I know personally that'll say there's a colossal difference between a platinum player and a GM player. So, would you rather be a successful streamer or make OWCS? Why do they have to be mutually exclusive, is my question to you. Do you feel like they do, or are you just asking the question? The overall pace and everything is faster, that's about it. I respect that, and for all I know, you're absolutely right, by the way. I don't know. Not been there, so I won't argue it because I don't know. I'm just saying from what I've heard, that's the first time I've heard to the contrary of a popular consensus of that idea. Thanks, Darko. I appreciate the kind words. What happened to your arm? The scar? I broke my arm, I guess 9 years ago now. Had a surgery that put 8 screws and a plate in it. Here we are.
Oh, Jesus.
So, revealed. Fun play on the way that you spelled that. I like that. Thanks for the follow.
Crazy story, bro. I mean, dude, what are you supposed to say to that? Yeah, that sounds like it sucked. I mean, dude, I don't know, man. I don't dislike this guy, dude. You don't have to dislike this guy. I just think it's funny, and I think it's very funny. The whole thing's very funny to me. And when I started watching this guy, it was like a moment of like levity, you know. It was just hilarious to watch this guy completely like seemingly fuck his life up over trying to become pro in Overwatch.
All right, guys, let's get to it, man. I want to get into some Overwatch here. I know a lot of you guys aren't the biggest fans of my yap sessions, but it's what I choose to do at the beginning of my stream. So
I respect it.
I feel like they do have to be exclusive to an extent. Here's my counter thought, because I've heard that argument before, and maybe you have some additional thoughts that no one else has shared. But what I have kind of figured out with that is, very simply put, that
Getting his glove on. He's getting his glove on.
You can make content about going to the OWCS. You can make content about going into the OWCS. Now, how you go about making the pace of it, like how much you release and all that stuff, that's all subjective. But it can be done, and I think too many people just don't think it can be done. It can absolutely be done. Trust me. It can be done. Let me make sure I get the Twitch category swapped real quick, because I know I'll forget if I don't do it now.
Anyway, guys, listen, I think we've drained all we can out of this one. I need to go to bed. It seems like he's going to play Overwatch, presumably badly, but I've watched a bunch of this guy's Overwatch play, so I don't think we need to do that anyway. There we go, guys. There is Gamin4Hope, and another situation where, unless something drastic happens, not really sure what else I can gain out of watching his stuff, but we'll see. You never know. Never say never. Never say never, guys. But yes, guys, I am done. Raid Nicholas. Dude, Nicholas is going to get like a fucking bajillion views anyway. I'll give Aiden a raid. Aiden needs it, really. Aiden needs the help. Aiden actually is going to wither away and die if he doesn't get this raid, I think. But yes, guys, thank you very much for coming by. Much appreciated. I had a very fun stream. I hope you did as well. Hey! What did it say? I was muted, sorry. Chud, I think you were just jealous of this dude. He has it all. He's got a dream in a nice ass house, and he's just floating head in the dank, dark attic. Very true. Very true. Guys, it's been a pleasure. I'm going now. I'll be back tomorrow for another attic stream. Same time, probably. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, normal. And then next weekend, another attic stream. And then we'll be back to normal fully. So be aware. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Be good, have fun. Godspeed. Enjoy yourselves. And I'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully. Good luck and goodbye.